Hey guys, how you doing? Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of the Nezzy's Place Where Truth Lives podcast. I'm so glad you are here. Whether you're listening on Spotify or any of the other online podcast platforms, thank you, and welcome to my YouTube community. Hey, I'm so glad you're here with me, and I promise that I would always give you a show. Let me tell you about who I am. I'm Vanessa Davis, your podcast host and your empowerment life coach. Yes, I am. I help you find or discover your purpose, your passion, and help you engage in some self-discovery to bring about some mindset shifts because that is important. Sometimes we need to stop telling ourselves negative stories and changing that narrative. I help you with focus strategies, maybe trying to get some things in order, prioritize things in your head to kind of so you can move forward. And I help you stay on the top floor in life through challenges. Challenges happen, they just come, right? But sometimes challenges come and it can keep us stuck. We don't want that. We don't want to stay stuck. So, whether you work with me or anyone else, promise me if you find yourself in a stuck position, talk to someone. Talk to a life coach who can help you move past those barriers because those barriers can keep you in one place forever. And sometimes it creeps up on us. We never really know that it's happening until it's maybe discovered by maybe someone says something to us or maybe there's a trigger, anything like that. So promise me you will speak to someone if you're feeling stuck, feel like you're getting a little bit depressed. You know what? You can talk to a life coach, therapist. Always get some help because mental health is so important and taking care of ourselves is important, right? Well, okay, I wanted to put that little note in there because that's important to me. That's my platform, all about being emotionally healthy, which is so important. So that's what I want to talk to you today about. I want to talk to you and ask you a question. Are you living your best life? Right? Are you living your best life? Are you? Right? So, what does that look like? It can look like so many things for so many people, but you will know when you're living your best life when you are every day thankful, grateful, you have a great attitude. You look at things, the glass half full instead of half empty. You have a whole different mindset. No matter what comes, challenges can come, but you know what? You rise above, you're resilient, but you bounce back because we all know that things happen in life, but it's how we handle them that truly makes the difference. Because sometimes, like I said, things can come, push us back. Do we stay back or do we push past it and move forward and persevere? We want to persevere. Yes, we do. We want to persevere, right? So I'm going to give you some little tools today, kind of, bring some things to your awareness that we may not even think about how time can get away from us or things that interfere with living our best life. So I want to talk about ways that we can increase our productivity, leveling up on our thinking so that we can live in abundance, changing the way we think, right? I want to challenge you with confidence and consistency. So I'm going to give you some tools for your little toolbox today, right? And at the end, I will give you a quick assignment that you can do on your own that will inspire you to level up on this journey. We want to level up on this level up journey, right? So we're going to start the framework today, right? And I'm just going to give you a little couple things. For now, I want to get a couple pieces of paper so that you can write down some notes. Always take notes. Whenever you're listening to someone on a YouTube or whatever, and they're giving you information, take notes because sometimes you want to be like a sponge and kind of grasp some of the things that they're saying that can help you in your life. All right. So, are you ready to level up with me today? I hope so. Right. So, the first one I want to talk about is leveling up on your productivity. Productivity is the ability to efficiently execute tasks or projects with determination, focus, and organization is guaranteed results. Yes, guaranteed results. A guaranteed output. It means that whatever you do, you know that you can be productive because you're putting everything out, right? So I want to take a spin on it. What keeps us from being productive, right? What keeps us from being productive? And it could be the smallest things that we may not pay attention to. But I am going to bring those things to your awareness right now. And you're going to go, "Oh, wow, I didn't think about that." So, you're sitting at your desk, or you're sitting, if you work from home, wherever you're working, or maybe you're not working, whatever it is. But emails can be a big distraction. How many times have you opened up an email and you said, "Oh, well, let me just check it real quick." And 3 hours later, you're still answering emails. You're still working on trying to compose something that somebody said something that made you hotter than a red tomato, right? So those kind of things take up our time, they absorb our time, because we may have a whole agenda over here, but because we decided to go back to our email and stay on it for a long time, it can really eat up our productivity, right? Because they can be exhausting. They can be a tedious task, because you can't just open one, because as soon as you send one, and if there's a response, if someone else is on the other end and they're sitting at their email and they're going to respond real quick, and you're going back and forth, and then you got a whole chain going, right? So that can sometimes eat up your productivity. And I tell you what, even if you're personal, you have a whole schedule for your personal life. And if you go look at these are magical geniuses right here. Just gotta love my Google 6 Pro, gotta love it. Pixel, Google 6, awesome. No promotion, just had to say that, right? But I tell you, I'm working from home, right? And I could, as soon as I open up an email, sometimes I'm like, "Oh God, this is just too much." Like, but I'll sit there and I have to time myself. Okay, I'm only going to answer so many emails. The other ones I'll wait for later because I have to do this, right? So you have an ideal week and you create your ideal day, whatever that looks like for you, right? So that can be a problem, right? If you continue to stay on your email, whether it's on your computer, or whether it's on your phone, or whether it's on your tablet, if that consumes you, it's eating up your time. So all these things that you have on your list of to-dos, you may not get to them till later, or maybe sometime during the night, and by that time you're tired. Okay, so I talked about the phones, how they keep us also on social media. Not so much with emails, but they keep us on social media all the time. Okay, so when you wake up in the morning, what's the first thing you grab? Do you grab this little thing right here? Oops. Do you grab this little thing right here? Do you? Do you look at your phone for what? To see what time it is? To read your scripture? To get a motivational? To read an important email? Whatever it is. But I believe that it's okay to look at your phone in the morning, because if you want to know what time it is, but don't get up in the morning and start reading emails first thing in the morning. Get your mind right. Get up, do some meditation, whatever it is. Take 15 minutes. Just wake up and just rest mentally. Clear your head for the day. And I mean, formulate your day, what you're going to do. Don't start your day with clutter, because if you start your day with clutter, it's just too much, right? So I would just say, look at your phone for the time. If it's something that maybe someone sent you a text, but don't sit there just going away. Don't jump on social media right away. I don't even post in the morning. Sometimes I post to my social media groups, but I don't post till later on, when I really get something in my heart that I want to say to them. But I try not to post first thing in the morning. I try not to touch social media first thing in the morning, right? So here's another one. Inconsistent task structure. What does that mean? Sometimes we can start a project and that project can get pushed aside because something else, and we could be walking, doing something. Oh, let me do this. So you put that down, go this one, put that down, go. By the end of the day, nothing's being done. And this twist is going to drive me up a wall. But anyway, nothing's getting done. Nothing is getting done. You're sitting there and you're like, what have I completed today? You have all these uncompleted tasks that you started because of an inconsistent task structure. So, what you want to do is structure your task. Whatever task that you have to do, it's okay to make a list. It's okay to make a list because what you don't want to do is end up multitasking so much that you don't complete anything. And then you're feeling like, well, what did I do all day? Right? So just formulate that. What you're going to do. If you need to do, what I usually do is, because I'm in a mentoring program, I have an ideal week. And I have everything that I'm going to do, which is standard. And then the extra stuff that I want to do, I put that on the ideal week. And it kind of keeps me focused. It keeps my mind clear so that I have a clear understanding of what my week looks like. And if someone comes and asks me to do something out of the ordinary, or something I just can't fit into my schedule because I do check it, right? What am I going to say? Those two letters that sometimes it's really hard for some people to say. I'm sorry. No, I can't. I know that was a little bit more than just two letters, but I'm sorry, I can't do that today. I can't. It's not going to work in my schedule. It's not going to work for me. Do you have another date, maybe? Right? So manage your own schedule. That's what I would say. Manage your own schedule because that is so important. Okay, I'm guilty of this one. I mean, I have been guilty. I've gotten so much better at the next one. It is called an overzealous to-do list. Woo, child, let me tell you. You can have a list of 20 things on your left side, right? And about 10 things on the right side. And you're like, the 20 things on the left are things you want to do today. The ones on the right are things that I'm going to do, right? I want to do, right? But what happens is there's so much on that to do on the left side that you want to get done today. It's too much. That's too much. So what I would say is minimize your to-do list. Minimize it. Break it down. Have 4 to 5 items on the left, and you know how much time it takes to do each one of those things. And if you can add something from the other side to that side, go ahead and do it. But what that's going to help you is to be more accomplished during the day, during the week, whatever. It's going to help you be more accomplished. So you want to have 4 or 5 things on your left-hand side, and on the right-hand side, you want to have you can put like 50 things over there if you want to, because those are not things on the right that you're going to do today. Those are things that you want to do. And as you complete your left side of the I have to do that today, you shift things over based on priority, based on the time that it takes. That will help you so much, especially if you are a busy person. If you have a family, kids, or maybe you're running a business and you're finding yourself having so much to do, prioritize, put that list together. It will help you. You will thank me. I'm telling you, it will help you. It will help you not procrastinate as much, because procrastination is terrible. Woo, that's the opportunity. Procrastination is the mindset that we think, oh, we will have an opportunity or the time to do it at a later date, right? So we want to make sure we don't procrastinate, because that's just killing time and wasting time, right? And then our choices can also keep us from being productive, right? When we're talking about our list, it talks about everything, our choices and our circle of influences. How many times do you set out to do something that's on your list and someone else comes and kind of disrupts your day, or maybe distracts you, or, get you away from what you're supposed to be doing? Learn to say those magic words. No, I can't. Not today, right? And it's okay. Be free and say those. It will save you lots of headaches. I'm telling you. So I talked about that. And level 2, let's talk about level 2, leveling up our mindset. What does that look like? We have to embrace, excuse me, we have to embrace a mindset that will support winning. Let me say that again. We have to create a mindset that will support winning. And you're like, what does that look like? Well, That's a mindset that shapes our movement, our responses, our interactions, and governs our thoughts, right? That means that we are prioritizing ourselves, that we are limiting and identifying distractions. We talked about that. We're saying no. We talked about that, right? And we're centering ourselves. And that's important. Centering yourself. Sometimes we can be so overwhelmed. We can be so overwhelmed that sometimes people have anxiety or panic attacks because they got so much going on in their minds, because the mind is our control center. So when we get overwhelmed in our thoughts, it can really react in our body. So we want to just kind of stay focused on that and really kind of think about, stay tuned to your own mind and what's going on. And if you're thinking and you're feeling overwhelmed, center yourself for a minute. Think about what you got going on. If you need to take a break, walk away from it. If you're working and you're working on a project, maybe you're working at work and you have so much stuff going on, right? And you're getting overwhelmed and you can feel it coming because the anxiety is starting. You know that feeling when people are asking you to do something and you're like, oh my God, how am I gonna get this done? Oh my God. Take a break, walk away, prioritize in your head what's the most important thing that has to be done. Come back, sit down, write on the list what is priority. What do I need to do today? Because sometimes, bosses, and I was a boss, still am a boss, but I'm a boss of myself, right? But sometimes managers and bosses, they forget that their staff, they're human. You can't keep piling stuff on. And sometimes bosses, their mind goes faster, so they're always recreating things, thinking of projects to do, and they're giving it to their team, and their team is like, "Wait, hold up! You just gave us a project yesterday or this morning, in the morning meeting to be exact. Now you're giving us something else." It's okay to speak up. It's okay to explain. Look, which one is important? Which one do you really want me to work on today? Because I have all this to do. And God forbid if you support 3 or 4 people, right? So you have to speak up for yourselves and always center yourself. That's what we're talking about. Centering yourself, knowing when you are feeling overwhelmed, even at work, even at home, and just kind of, take a woosah, right? You have to block out the unnecessary noise as well, right? Anything that's going to distract you. When I say unnecessary noise, that's all the chitter chatter, all people talking in your ears, maybe killing your dream killers, naysayers, whatever. Don't let anybody talk in your ear. So you have to block out the unnecessary noise, the meaningless chatter. Know when it's unnecessary, know when it's something to block out, and keep on moving. All right, here's another one. We have to reduce sabotaging behaviors, right? Reducing those limiting beliefs. And those are things that we can control because we know when we are sabotaging anything. We know when we're sabotaging relationships, when we're sabotaging our friendships, anything. We know when we are dealing with sabotaging thoughts and behaviors. Take thought of that, okay, and step back. And if you don't know how to deal with those, make sure you once again reach out to a life coach, help you with some strategies to kind of get your mind going so that you can say, hey, that's a sabotaging thought. Let me just kind of refrain from saying that or thinking that, right? And then another thing is we have to stay focused. Stay focused. Staying focused means that you have a clear mind where you're going, what lane you're in, and always stay in your lane. Don't try to operate in someone else's lane. Stay in your lane, okay? Stay focused and changing the narratives. Stop telling yourself negative stories. We do it all the time, but when you recognize it, it gets much better. All right, so let's unpack a little bit more. We got one more to go, and that is leveling up our confidence and consistency. Confidence is the result of courage and action. It's the determination that keeps us going in the midst of challenges, defeats, and diversions. I know we all have them. We all have that in our lives where maybe we weren't as confident as other times. But here's how to stay on top of your confidence. Do what's right, even if it's unpopular. It's always willing to take risks. So take a risk, admit your mistakes, and learn from them, right? And also learn how to accept the compliment, right? And stay optimistic. There are some people who are just pessimists. They're just, no matter what you say, they're going to always find something negative to say. Be a little bit more optimistic, right? And here's the next one: consistently. Consistency takes intentionality, not just one day, not just 2 days or 3 days, but every day of your life. Every day you want to be consistent, right? And how do we stay consistent? You develop a task, develop a routine, stay focused, like we said before. Start thinking, have consistent thinking where you're thinking positive thoughts. Anticipate things will happen. Sometimes things will happen. And when you know things will happen, it's okay because, like I said, you're resilient and you bounce back. Sometimes we don't forgive ourselves as much as we should. We've all been there. I have. You have to forgive yourself when either you didn't complete something, maybe you started a business, it didn't go as well as you planned, and then you had to kind of start all over from scratch. It's okay. You're not a failure. Maybe you failed at that particular thing, but you're not a failure. A failure, right, is a person who never tries again. But someone who fails recognizes the mistakes and gets up and goes harder the next time. Okay? All right? You always want to be happy in the process. Be happy in the process. Life is a process. Be happy in it. Through the ups, downs, be happy in the process. Maintain. Yeah, people going to frustrate you. People going to get on your last nerve. But remember, it's always how you handle it that makes a difference. All right? You want to make sure that you remain confident and consistent, because on the flip side of the consistency and confidence coin, there's a thing that's called a lack of confidence. And what does a lack of confidence look like? Right? What does a lack of confidence look like? A lack of confidence means I don't have faith in myself. I can't do anything right. I can't talk to those people. They don't want to hear what I have to say. Someone keeps saying no all the time. They're going to always say no. I don't want to talk. I don't want to get up and have and give a speech. I stutter. I don't like the way I look. I don't like my outfit today or any day. I just don't like anything that I have. I don't have a lot going for me right now. That's a lack of confidence. That is what a lack of confidence sounds like, right? I just don't have the ability. I don't have the ability to do it. Yes, you do. You can do all things. Put your mind to it. You can do it. So that's what a lack of confidence looks like. And we don't want that to show up in our lives. We want to show up with confidence and we want to show up with consistency. So I want to always tell you that we have to celebrate the big wins in our life. We have to. We must celebrate our big wins as well as those around us. Because when we celebrate others, we're able to enjoy and they can reciprocate back to us when we do something great. Sometimes we can tell when people are a little bit envious or jealous of our successes. You know, they'll put this little word. Oh, that's nice that you got your little. Oh, you got your little business. Oh, you wrote your little book. Okay. When they put that little thing there, be cautious of that. Okay. So remember, calling out consistency and confidence in our life. A lack of it can help us to identify and accept and take action. We want to make sure we're aware of everything that's going on in our lives. So when you're able to recognize it, call it out and you can see it. All right. Okay. So in wrapping up, I did promise you at the beginning that I would give you an assignment because I believe in order for us to continue on this path of success, we must always have a measuring tool in place so we can see, where we're falling short, if we're doing better here, because it helps us. And one of those things that we need is a level up promise. And that is a commitment to yourself. And I'm going to tell you how it works. Okay, so level up challenges, you print out the PDF, and I'll put it at the bottom. And you list all those things that you want to excel at. You want to get better here. You want to do better here. You want to do this. Maybe you want to start reading a book a day, or you want to start, spending more time with your family. Whatever it is that you want to do, you create your level up promise, okay? And once you finish, you sign it, you date it, you put it in an envelope, and you put a date at the bottom. When you mail it, okay, you mail it off, it'll come back to you. 30 days from the date that you mailed it, you open it. Whatever, if you want to give yourself 30 days or 60 days. But remember, within that time frame, you are working on those things that you stated in the commitment letter, the level of promise, that you want to do better at, right? So you open it up, and that way you'll be able to see, you'll be able to measure and gauge if you are doing well. Because one of the things I believe is we can invest in so many things, right? But the best investment that we can make is the investment in ourselves. And what better investment than this is to have a measuring tool so you can see if you're doing better, right? So that's what you want to do. So I would love to hear if you're doing the level up promise with me, and let me know. Send me an email. Go to nezziesplace.com, shoot me an email. Let me know if you like it, if you don't, if you did the level up promise, how it worked for you. I would love to hear how it worked for you if you decided to do it. It's great. Believe me, I love it. And also, if you would like to book a discovery call, 30 minutes discovery call with me, go to nezziesplace.com, book your 30-minute free discovery call. If you just want someone to talk to, you just need help maybe in a particular area, maybe you're having work challenges, whatever it is in your life, please reach out. I can talk to you for 30 minutes, see if it's something that we can work together on to get you to a better place. Hey, I'm here for you. That's my purpose. I am here for you. All right. Until next time, have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.